school more successfully than our keynote speaker, Aidan Kennedy.
Good evening. First, I would like to say thank you to Ms. Somers for this opportunity to speak at promotion. Welcome, friends and family, to the class of 2019's promotion. My name is Aidan Kennedy, and I am an 8th grader at Middlesex on the Teal team. When Ms. Somers asked me to share with you an overview of my time at Middlesex, there were so many ideas that I considered. I thought of talking about my education, the wonderful teachers and classes I've had over the years, and the many things I've learned and how I have grown as a student. I also thought to talk about the difficult social challenges that I faced in middle school. However, I think that the most impactful experience that I can talk about is not the classes and the faculty or the students. The most important and meaningful change that I can talk about is what I have learned about friendship and how I have changed as a person because of that. Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." For me, I wasn't looking forward to middle school. In elementary school, I found it difficult to be academically challenged, and I was also not the most social kid. I really only had 1 or 2 friends. Not 1 or 2 close friends, but 1 or 2 friends. That's it. It's true that there were other kids that I was nice to and that were nice to me, but I didn't feel a true connection to my peers. Recently, this was brought to my attention by a close friend of mine. She said, "Aidan, I remember 3 years ago you did not care about friendships. It didn't matter to you if you had friends or not. You were your own person, and that was it." Her saying this really made me stop and think. It made me realize that something had changed in the past few years that I had never consciously thought about. I realized that the change was within me. My perspective, how I viewed myself in relation to others, the importance I placed on friendships had drastically changed. In part, it may have been that students from all 5 elementary schools were in my new school, or that I was with new kids every 42 minutes, but something really changed that made me want to extend my friendships. I started slowly by talking to other kids. I found out their names, where they went to elementary school, and their interests. Soon, I began to become not just passive, friendly acquaintances with other students, but I began to think that I had become friends with a lot of other kids. But then, 7th grade came along. For me, 7th grade was the most difficult year. Everything lost its new appeal, but I felt I was still learning the ropes. It was a weird transition, but despite being an awkward time in my life, I decided... I decided to make the best of it by being who I am. But at times, it wasn't enough. I continued trying to be myself, but it really didn't help. But with a small group of friends, I decided to stick it out and just keep trying. And then 8th grade came along. Over the summer, I felt that I was able to hit a reset switch, and I decided I was going to try and be a new person. What I learned from this was that I was able to start exploring who I am as a person. I was able to make really close bonds with a lot of other kids. And I've learned so much about myself, especially this past year, that I never would have known had I not pushed myself beyond what I thought was my limit. Essentially, my middle school experience started off with me feeling that no one liked me because of who I am. But I realized that my individuality is the difference. The friendships I have developed over the years have given me strength and have helped me see the value of our connections to each other, how we make others feel, and help each other start to grow in who we are today and lay the foundation for who we will be tomorrow. Thank you. Now please hit the reset switch over the summer, and when I see you next year in a couple of months in a new beginning at a new school, I will be sure to start with a friendly hello. Now please welcome Zhuzhe Metcalf to talk about her 6th grade year.